जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
जय राधा रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी राधे।
जय राधा रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी राधे।
प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद गीता और हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्यष्टो दर्शित शिशुवंत डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। भक्त कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा रस बिहारी भगवान की जय। श्री गौर निताय भगवान की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 1, the chapter number 1, which is entitled as Questions by the Sages, and the text number 1. So, one line I will say. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
जन्माद्यस्य यतो अन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट्।
जन्मादिस्य यतो अन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट्।
तेने ब्रह्महृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः
तेने ब्रह्मादिदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः
तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा
तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा
धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरहस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि
धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि.
So the translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Translation. O my Lord Shri Krishna, Son of Vasudev, O all pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because He is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of creation, sustenance and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and He is independent because there is no other cause beyond Him. It is He only who is imparted the Vedic knowledge onto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By Him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of Him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon Him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is the eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusionary representations of material world. I meditate upon Him, for He is the absolute truth. Purport. So purport is little long. So what we will do, we will read first paragraph. Tomorrow we will read more paragraphs. Then after that we will read more paragraphs. So in this way we will go further. Purport. Obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Vasudeva directly indicate Lord Shri Krishna, who is the divine son of Vasudeva and Devaki. This fact will be more explicitly explained in the text of this work. Shri Vyasadeva asserts herein that Shri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and all others are His direct or indirect plenary portions or portions of the portion. Srila Jiva Goswami has even more explicitly explained the subject matter in his Krishna Sandarbha, and Brahma, the original living being, has explained the subject of Shri Krishna substantially in his treatise named Brahma Samhita. In the Samaveda Upanishad, it is also stated that Lord Shri Krishna is the divine son of Devaki, and therefore in this prayer the first proposition holds that Lord Shri Krishna is the primeval Lord, and if any transcendental nomenclature is to be understood as belonging to the absolute personality of Godhead, it must be the name indicated by word Krishna, which means all attractive. In Bhagavad Gita, in many places, the Lord asserts Himself to the original personality of Godhead, and this is confirmed by Arjuna and also by the great sages like Narada, Vyasa and many others. In the Padma Purana, it is also stated that out of innumerable names of the Lord, the name of Krishna is the principal one. Vasudeva indicates the plenary portion of the personality of Godhead, and all the different forms of the Lord, being identical with Vasudeva, are indicated in this text. The name Vasudeva particularly indicates the divine son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Shri Krishna is always meditated upon by the Paramahamsas, who are the perfected ones among those in the renounced order of life. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for gracing the today's Srimad Bhagavatam class here in ISKCON Goregaon Center. So as we said that we will start with the first canto, first chapter and first shloka. So the founder Acharya of ISKCON, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, he has instructed each and every person, each and every devotee, each and every temple in ISKCON that they should hold Srimad Bhagavatam class every day in the morning. In Srimad Bhagavatam prayers itself, the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam has been stated. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtike. So as soon as somebody gives the oral reception to Srimad Bhagavatam or Krishna Katha, what happens? Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. Whatever abhadra are there within the heart of any particular person, that person gets delivered from those anarthas within the heart. So by the instructions of our Acharya, the founder Acharya, each and every center, each and every temple holds Srimad Bhagavatam class early in the morning. So key to success in this material world is actually consistency. Any person, anyone, if he is a consistent in any particular act, he will become a kind of, I will not say expert, because Krishna is the only expert person, perfect person in this world, but we become better and better every day. Right? Just like today I went upstairs while chanting, because we have put one new tank, water tank, and that water tank got filled and the water was coming out and it was falling on the terrace. So I was just, by seeing that, the thought came into my mind that the day by day as that water come out of tank and it will fall on very particular spot on the terrace, what will happen? The impression will start getting on that terrace. So there will be a small hole or pit like kind of thing where the water is falling down. So water generally, if you see, doesn't have that capacity to cut the stone or cut any kind of a big pathar. But if that water is consistently falling on only particular spot, it can create a deep impression within that stone. So from where that strength has been come? Consistency. So that's why similar thing happens in devotional service also. If any person in his life, if he is consistent in hearing the holy name of the Lord, in chanting the holy name of the Lord, and taking the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's devotee, definitely he will have the long impression of Krishna consciousness in his or her heart. So consistency is a key even in a devotional service. Krishna Nam, chanting every day 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following the 4 regulative principles, associating with the devotees. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam that association of devotees is so rare and it's so fortunate somebody if he gets the association of a devotee. तुलयान अपि लवेनापि न स्वर्गम न पुनर्भवम भगवत संगी संगस्य मर्त्यानाम किमुताशिषः. If somebody gets the association of devotees, his fortune cannot be compared with even the pleasure within the Swarga or within the Brahmalok. Now, the pleasure, the highest pleasure in this material world is actually a pleasure of opposite gender, having a copulation or a sex with opposite gender. But if we compare that pleasure, it's nothing compared to the pleasure of heaven. It's like in a thousands and thousands and thousands of multiplied by the sex pleasure. Then that is a very simple kind of a pleasure in heavenly planets. What to compare then? Brahmaloka. The pleasure in the heavenly planets is a tuchha as compared to the simple normal pleasure in a Brahmaloka. But somebody's saubhagya, somebody's fortune is so great if he gets the association of a devotee, and especially if he hears Krishna Katha in the association of devotee from a devotee. Kirata Andhra Pulinda Pulkasha Abhira Shumbhaya Vanaka Sadaya Yanye cha papa yadapashraya shraya Chudyanti tasmai Prabhavishnave namaha. So, Krishna has created 4 ashramas and 4 varnas. The 4 varnas are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. But there are certain groups of people, certain sects of people, those who are not even within the Varnashram system. Those who are Kirat, Hur, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumbha, Yavana, Malecha. These people are not even qualified to enter within the Varnashram system also. But if any person gets the association and the shelter of holy lotus feet of devotee of the Lord, he can come to the level of Brahmana and a Vaishnava. So that is the glory of association of Vaishnava. So early morning coming to the temple and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of devotee can grant us a very, very highest benediction in this life itself. So that's why the prayer says, Nashta Prayesho Bhadresho Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtihi. That person will get a lot of nishta within the heart. So yesterday I was telling one of the devotee, a young boy and his mother, there are 2 kinds of Shraddha in this world. The first called as Laukika Shraddha and the second one is called as Shastriya Shraddha. Laukika Shraddha means what? That kind of a Shraddha which we get through our parental generations, through our maternal generation. As we are born in Bharat, naturally we have that faith that yes, Krishna, Rama, Varaha, Narasimha, Ganapati, Saraswati, Kali, Durga, Lakshmi, they are there, they are the gods, they are the goddesses, and we should do pranam to them, we should offer some donation to them. It's very natural because we have got that through our generations. We have got through our ancestors, right? But problem what happens with Laukika Shraddha is that the Laukika Shraddha is very fragile. It's very delicate. Even if something utar chadhav happens in our life, if some ups and downs comes into our life, भगवान कुछ नहीं होते हैं करके, like आज तक मैंने इतना किया लेकिन क्या हुआ मेरे साथ, है ना? मैंने 5 किलो लड्डू चढ़ाए थे, 10 नारियल चढ़ाए थे, फिर भी मेरा बैंक बैलेंस क्यों नहीं बढ़ा? All those kind of stuff comes into our life, and what happens? Whatever Shraddha little bit we have, it gets destroyed. So that is a problem with the Lokika Shraddha. It's very fragile, it's very delicate, and it can break at any time. But if a person reads a Srimad Bhagavatam, if person reads a Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and by understanding that knowledge, if he gets the self-realization, who am I, who is God, what is relationship between me and the God, and how to revive that relationship, then that Shraddha becomes a Shastriya Shraddha, which cannot be broken by any means. Prahlad Maharaj has went through so many crises. How many of us have such kind of a father who have given us under the feet of elephant, or thrown us through the pahadi ki choti, or fed us a poison? Nobody's father. But Prahlad Maharaj's father did it. Right? Still Prahlad Maharaj, what he says? Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam Ite Pumsar Pita Vishnu Bhakti Shrena Lakshanaha Bhagavati Kreta Adda Tanmanye Aditamuttamam. So that is what the conviction of Prahlad Maharaj. And from where Prahlad Maharaj got that conviction? From Narad Muni. Because he heard from Narad Muni within the womb of Kayadu, and because Narad Muni gave the Shastrika knowledge, his Shraddha was very firm. That's why in the stages of devotional service, there is a Adav Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, and after that there is a Nishtha. So what is difference between Shraddha and Adav Shraddha and Nishtha? Adav Shraddha means it's a very basic Shraddha which we apply practically in our life. If we go to barber, there is a Shraddha, right? That we just simply sits like this and he is there, charu chaku churi leke hamare gale ke upar. Anybody have any thought like this? It is barber is vertically having this knife or that blade on me. What if he does it horizontally? Anybody have ever thought about that? No. We are so relaxed. Sometimes people they sleep when barber is doing the pss, 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 pss. It feels so relaxing when he does that malish to us, right? So we have that Adav Shraddha, this person will not cheat me, this person will not cause harm to me. Any one of us, have a flight. कभी पायलट को जाके हमने पूछा है, बताओ आपका एक्सीडेंटल रेट क्या है? Never asked, because we have a Adav Shraddha. But when it comes to Krishna, when it comes to the Lord, first question, अगर भगवान है तो मुझे दिखा दो कहाँ पे है, right? Because we know Krishna is not going to come down to challenge me or to punish me, right? So भगवान के सामने सबकी दाल गलती है. So people ask.
So many doubts.
Yeah, they have so many doubts about the Lord.
Should I pray or not?
Yeah. So that happens. But that same Adav Shraddha, when it gets the association or tinge of Bhajana Kriya and a Sadhu Sangha, then the Anartha Nivritti happens, and that Adav Shraddha becomes more and more and more and more fixed, more and more firm, and the same Adav Shraddha gets converted into Nishtha. And because of that, Ruchi, Prema, Bhava, that stages later comes in the life of a Sadhaka Vaishnava. But for that purpose, two things should be there. The Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees, and the second, for Anartha Nivritti, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We may do thousands of pious activities, we may do thousands of donations for the Supreme Personality of Godhead or His great causes, but until and unless that mala is not within our heart, we are not spending that our personal timing with Krishna while chanting the holy name of the Lord, Krishna will be far away from us. That chanting becomes a force to make other ritual as a spiritual. Because the spirit behind any ritual can be realized by the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And if we don't realize that, then the same spiritual activity becomes only ritual. Okay? It becomes only a pious activity in our life. That's why the touch of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very, very, very important in our life. How Prahlada Maharaj has fought very humbly with the all atrocities of his father just by chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. People may say Narayan, people may say Hare Krishna Mahamantra, people may say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Most important thing is that he was chanting the holy name of the Lord. Right? So, the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam is that in further chapter it comes how Srimad Bhagavatam came into the textual form and Vyasadeva wrote Srimad Bhagavatam even after writing so many Puranas, even after writing so many 4 Vedas and all, that further explanation will come. Before that, the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam is that it directly glorifies the transcendental activities and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam very explicitly explains that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why the first mantra which is given within the Srimad Bhagavatam says Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Who is Vasudevaya? It's Krishna, no one else. Because who was father? Vasudeva, whose son? Vasudeva is whose father? Krishna's father. Right? So naturally, the first word and the first obeisances has been paid to Vasudeva. And before Vasudeva, the adjective comes as a Bhagavate. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why when we go for the second shloka, the first line of a second shloka gives us a very basic understanding of the goal of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is, Dharma Projita Kaitravotra Paramo. Any Kaitava Dharma. People may say, according to me, भक्ति ऐसी होनी चाहिए. अरे भगवान पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तो यम थोड़ा भी दिया तो भी वो खुश हो जाते. मेरे हिसाब से मेरी मिट्टी मेरा भगवान है, मेरा रंग मेरा भगवान है, मेरा घर मेरा भगवान है, मेरे बच्चे मेरे भगवान है. So that kind of stuff is there. Right? People, they derive their own philosophies. Like 1.3 Arab something population is there for Bharat. And 1.3 Arab people, they have their 1.3 Arab versions of own philosophies. But that's why Srila Prabhupada very purposefully gave the name, subtitle to Bhagavad Gita as it is. It is not speculated. And the beauty of Srila Prabhupada's purport is that you take any purport of Srila Prabhupada, read that purport and just try to understand. You will see that each and every line represents some kind of a shloka from Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads or Puranas. That's for sure. It might seem in English language, but if we really go to each and every line and try to remind yourself that where I read this, which shloka goes with this particular thing, you will find that Srila Prabhupada's most of the lines are actually the translations of different shlokas. That's why Srila Prabhupada's purport are so special. And second most important is Phalena Parichayate. What is the concept of Phalena Parichayate? Whether that peda, whether that tree is good or not. How you are going to understand it? By the fruit. How that tree is going to bear a fruit and what is the taste of that particular fruit. According to that you will understand how that tree is. Similarly, how Srila Prabhupada's purports are transcendental? Just by reading those purports, people's heart are getting transformed. The hippies has become happy naturally. So that's why Phalena Parichayate. Thousands of people went, but they were unable to transform the heart of people. And that to such extent that those people who are totally engrossed within the illicit sex, intoxication, illicit affairs, right, gambling, totally means for them it's a life. If you don't do this, you are dead. That is what their philosophy. Their philosophy, their religion is only one. Most of the time I say this in my classes. The only one religion in material world is sense gratification. There is no other religion in this material world. So for them, the sense gratification is a religion, and the person who gives sense gratification is actually Supreme Personality of Godhead person. And those kind of people started following no meditating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. So that's what a Phalena Parichaya, just by reading Srila Prabhupada's purport, it is happening. So Srimad Bhagavatam glory is that in the first verse, first line itself, it clears the agenda that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Now we will go through, what is time right now? 8 o'clock. Okay, so we have 10 minutes. We will go by one line of translation. O my Lord, Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is absolute truth, primeval cause of creation, sustenance and destruction. People say God. God means what? The generator, operator and destroyer. Srimad Bhagavatam clearly tells us that Krishna is actually what? He is the Janma Adi. He is the generator, operator and destroyer for the entire cosmic manifestation, spiritual and the material world. Okay? He is directly and indirectly or indirectly conscious of manifestation. Just like a CEO of a company might not go to the production house and see what is exactly how through the machine my product is going like that, and it is coming to the final stage. He might not go and see that, but he has an idea what is going on in this particular department, what is going on in that particular department. Just like right now I am sitting and giving Srimad Bhagavatam class, but definitely I know what is going in the kitchen, what is going to be the breakfast today. Okay, that definitely I know. So similarly Krishna, in the spiritual world and in the material world, whatever things are going on, he knows it directly and indirectly. He is the person who is witnessing those activities directly. So once, one spiritual master of a group of students, he gave them a task. What is the task? He gave them a kheer, payasam. And that payasam, he said, that Guru said, spiritual master said, you just go to any place where you will find complete loneliness. And within that loneliness, nobody should see you, nobody should look at you, and you should eat that kheer in that particular seclusion. Okay? So each and every student went and they found out their own seclusive place and they started eating that kheer. Somebody went behind the altar of the deity and ate the kheer. Somebody went underneath the staircase and closed the staircase downstairs and started eating. Somebody went to forest and then they started eating kheer. So everybody finished their kheer, that payasam, and they came back. Only one student was there who came with the kheer. He didn't eat it. Guru said, you didn't follow my instruction. All the batchmates, they started, oh, you are a Guru Drohi. You didn't follow the instruction of spiritual master. You are such a bad disciple. So Guru asked him, why you didn't follow my instruction? Why you didn't eat kheer? He said, my dear spiritual master, I went to forest, I went to caves, I went to mountains, I went behind the altar, I went underneath the staircase, I went to the dark room. But you know what happened? there were the two people who were constantly looking at the who said first me and second my Paramatma. He was constantly witnessing what I was doing, and what you said, nobody should see you. But Paramatma is seeing me every time. So, although most of the time in our life we have this understanding theoretically that Krishna is there within my heart as a Paramatma. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanamcha. Riddeshu Arjuna tishtati. I am sitting within the heart of every living entity. But we know this knowledge theoretically. Practically, it's very difficult to understand, because whenever there is a kind of a craving to fulfill our own sense gratification desire, we just neglect Paramatma. And what we do? We try to fulfill that desire of our sense gratification, right? By neglecting Paramatma. So, spiritual knowledge is not the knowledge of reading, that just I read Bhagavatam or I read Bhagavad Gita, that's why I have a knowledge of Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and Adhyatma and all the spirituality. No. Spiritual knowledge is a knowledge of revelation. Spiritual knowledge is a knowledge of realization. Divya Jnana Hriday Prakashito. प्रेम भक्ति जहार होते अविद्या विनाश जाते. Right? So this particular knowledge, especially spiritual knowledge, is revealed within the heart of a devotee. It is revealed within the heart of a sincere sadhaka. Otherwise, even though for decades if we are doing the devotional service, still that realization, that wisdom will not be there within our heart, because our devotional service will go on external level. Just we will do show of our devotional service. There will not be a substance within our devotional life. So that's why that sincerity is the most important factor in the life of a sadhaka. So he should understand this, and then naturally that knowledge will get revealed within the heart of a sincere sadhana. Just like how to approach a spiritual master, that particular fact is also given in our scriptures. So that process to approach spiritual master for knowledge is given. What? It said tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Tadvidhi pranipatena. You should do pranipata. Means what? You should surrender in front of your spiritual master or any person from whom you want to take the knowledge. Okay? Because Ganga, water, anything, from where it flows to which place? From higher place to lower place. So we have to make ourselves meek and humble in order to get a particular knowledge. Right? After that, we can get that knowledge. Tadvidhi pranipatena. But not only pranipatena, what you have to do? Pariprashnena sevaya. First you have to ask a question. But how? Humbly you should ask, not in a challenging way. Right? And then sevaya. So sevaya has two meanings in this verse. The first sevaya means with the meek and humble inquiry you should serve your spiritual master. And second, you should ask a question, but not only asking question and doing nothing practical. You should do some seva also, practical physical seva also. These are the two meanings of a sevaya. Pariprashnena sevaya. Then what will happen? Upadekshanti de jnanam. Your spiritual master will give you the upadesha of jnanam. And then jnaninas tattvadarshina. Those who are the jnana seeking, knowledge seeking people, they will be shown the tattva darshana. The darshan of particular tattva will happen. So, not by reading. Here, never it is said that you should read the books and that's why this will happen. It is said you will be shown the knowledge within your heart. So, spiritual knowledge is actually the knowledge of revelation, the way, the capacity, the intensity with which we will serve our spiritual masters, the mission of our spiritual masters, in that degree we will get the revelation of different kind of knowledges in our life. Whatever we are reading, we will able to imbibe that within our heart. So that's why the service is most important in this devotional service. So here today we will take a pause. I hope it's 8:15.
One question I have.
Yes.
In Gurukul, they used to have teach only Vedas or even Srimad Bhagavatam? Those days.
Yeah, it was a completely inclusive package. The Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vedanta Sutras, each and everything was taught to the students along with the skills. You know, somebody like pottery skills, archery skills, then Kshatriya rahenge, so then they will be given as a knowledge of weapons and all those. Somebody's Vaishya and business knowledge is also given. So it's a very inclusive package always what you are, because students they used to stay from like an 5th, 5 or 6 of age till the 25th of their age. So it's a big age gap. Naturally they used to get that knowledge in the Guru. So
Like this, why the Brahmins, like you asking the question, and why people become karma candidate, and why didn't they go ahead about karma candidate? Even now Brahmins also they are doing karma candidate, they are not following the Srimad Bhagavatam. Again this question, if you have been taught the Srimad Bhagavatam also, so they are only following Vedas and karma candidate. They are not following karma gyan and then bhakti. So that bhakti part is still neglected.
So generally, Krishna consciousness and devotional service is meant for everyone, but everyone is not meant for devotional service. Because they don't have that patra. In order to become patra, you should have certain vessel in your heart. Most of the time that is not there. So I may give you a very wonderful kheer or very wonderful fruit juice to drink, but if your pot is with a hole or you have come with a channi rather than having a big pot, you will not be able to grasp it or keep it within your heart. Right? So each and every living entity has their own sukritis in the life. Right? So it's not always possible that every person can be the equal and every person will take Krishna consciousness. There are some people who will require sense gratification. For that purpose, they might do karma kanda. Because the language of Vedas is so flowery, and especially the promises which made in the karma kanda section, they are so wonderful and so flowery, and they mostly give you immediate results. So even though person from the higher rank or lower rank, they get attracted to that. Right? If I say, if you invest 100 rupees in this particular investment plan, within 1 month you will get 10,000, and within 1 year you will get 10 lakhs. What you will do? You will invest. Without thinking, you will invest into that. So similarly, Karma Kanda section does that. Devotional service looks like no meditating, no gambling, no intoxication, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, giving up tea and coffee, सततम कीर्तयन्तो मां, ये नहीं करने का, वैसा नहीं होने का, ये नहीं करने का. तो people become, my God, I can't do this. It's so austere. It's such a tapasya to do. But Karma Kanda, कुछ भी करो, छोटा सा यज्ञ कर लो, थोड़ा pious activity कर लो, थोड़ा charity कर लो, and you will get a very nice result out of it. So people love that kind of a language. People love that kind of a statement when they have been shown that you will get immediate results in your life. Right? So bhakti is very gradual, and result is totally dependent on somebody. It's not on your endeavor. In Karma Kanda, you do the endeavor, result is guaranteed. In devotional service, it's not there. Even if you do like very sincere kind of an efforts for 10,000 years, and Krishna is not pleased. So that's not pleased. That means you are failed. But karma kanda that doesn't happen. So most of the people, that's why they turn towards karma kanda, because karma kanda is very, very beneficial and it's very attractive for those kind of a people who want immediate result of sincerity.